Hi Pisces, welcome back to the Divine Dojo. My name is Gabriela and I'm going to be doing your reading for, this is your reading for the June 15th through the 20th. So let's clear the energy with a tuning fork. So if you want to breathe in and breathe out whenever you're ready, breathe in. In and breathe out. Last one, breathe in. And breathe out. I hope you guys are doing well, my little Pisces. So I want to go through the astrology, what the transits are, and the aspects. So it's going to be intense, especially Father's Day, June 15th. I'm doing this reading on Friday, the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th. It's a good day. I love Friday the 13th. All right, so June 15th. Mars is in Leo, squaring Uranus in Taurus, which is intense. It's impulsive energy, it's restless energy, it's rash energy, but it can be used for good in the sense of making like radical changes, radical changes that you have already been sort of contemplating and thinking about and like mulling over for a bit, right? It's not a good time for rash and risky decisions that you haven't had a vision for, you haven't been thinking about. So there's definitely going to be chaos in the world, as we know. Here in America, there's the immigration riots, and as of last night, Israel dropping bombs on Iran, supposedly, whatever. Anyhow, just know that that's all going to be more revved up, especially in the beginning of the week. Sunday, the 15th through the 18th is going to be intense. So also on the 15th, Jupiter in Cancer is squaring Saturn in Aries. So this is definitely tension between the masculine and feminine. Jupiter being expansive and aspirational energy, but we have Saturn in Aries, which is like rigid, restriction, in like me, myself, and I type of energy. So it's good time to get balance and have empathy and be in a collaborative spirit versus like me, myself, and I, Saturn and Aries type of energy. So definitely intense that Father's Day. June 17th, Mars enters Virgo, and so that gives us a shift from bold, like brave energy, to more of a detail orientated focus energy, which is great because it's good like prime time energy for routines, for if you are making rapid changes and decisions and things that need to be taken care of that you have been thinking about. That's great for that and making a plan for that, right? And then so it's good for routines, for health plans, for grounded efforts into moving into these new changes that you have been wanting to create for a while. One thing to note is to avoid perfectionism through this Mars and Virgo transit, which will last like a couple months. And then on the 18th, we have Jupiter squaring Neptune in Aries. Jupiter in Cancer, Neptune in Aries. So again, the feminine masculine energy is clashing, which is can create emotional confusion versus like reality check, like reality. So again, I can't emphasize this enough for this week is just to like stay really grounded in yourself. If you can like forest bathe, beach walk, just go outside in your yard or front whatever and like put your feet in grass, that would be ideal every day this week, at least for 10-15 minutes. Also, June 20th is Sun enters Cancer and we're in the summer solstice. So happy Oh, not happy birthday to you guys, Pisces. I already told Cancer happy birthday, so I don't know why I wanted to say that. But anyhow, so that moves us more into like more the tense energies that we've had into more of a care energy on the 20th, you know, because we're going to need it after the 15th through the 18th. So one question to ask yourself this week is, how can I ground myself in the mundane, you know, and the world is going chaotic? How can I ground my energy, ground my work, ground everything when the world is in chaos? So that's that. So let's get started. I want to pull an angel number card for you guys. And yeah, Pisces, I'm so glad you're here. I think I did your full moon tarot reading. I think I got to you guys. We had thunderstorms and like the computer was going in and out, so I was just like, fuck it, I don't care. 0808, swift action. So this is what I was talking about. Action, but not in like a rash decision making or risky decision making. It says you're entering a phase of expansion, so take immediate action toward your ultimate goals. Financial improvement is on the horizon, and by the way, someone has their eyes on you. Stay focused because the universe is aligning in your favor. All right, Pisces. Speaking of Pisces, my Pisces mom just got home. It's so weird to say that. My mom is home. Oh my God. Grandma's home. Grandma. Go get her. My dog loves my grandma. My mom. And my mom like does not like animals, so it's so funny. What is the clear message for my Piscean collective? All right, well, the mirror flipped over, so it's time to take a hard look at ourselves and our lives. You know, everybody is our mirror, but more importantly is like, what do we see when we look at ourselves in the mirror? It's time to reflect on ourselves, on our lives, and what we want to create. So let's get started. I want to keep these guys short because I like found myself doing weeklies and they were like 30-40 minutes long. I was like, no, they can be a lot shorter. So, but sometimes the messages need to go a little bit longer, you know, depending on what's going on. So Spirit, I invite you in to have me be a clear messenger for the Pisces collective. Two of Cups reversed. That one wanted to pop out. What do you have to say to them? Clear and concise message. Six of Swords upright. Queen of Pentacles. Oh no, Nine of Pentacles, sorry. Upright. I'm just going to pull a bunch of cards. No! Knight of Cups upright. So love? Definitely like some sort of love opportunity. It doesn't mean necessarily like another person. It could mean like giving yourself more self-love, right? That jumped out. Three of Cups reverse. What else do you have to say, Spirit? Thank you. That one. No. Okay. These have been coming up a lot in the readings. So, what do we got? So you got Two of Cups reversed, Six of Swords in the upright, Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Three of Cups, Knight of Wands. And then the Ace of Swords reverse. Yeah, I think this is interesting. This is about the self. It's about loving yourself for sure. You want to change. You want to release some baggage. You want more creativity. You want more yeah, you want more passion, you want more creativity, you want more energy, you want more adventure, you want more of like imagination, beauty, following your heart type of energy. But you got baggage that you are holding on to for some reason. And maybe there has been like gossiping because yeah, maybe you've had clouded judgment about, yourself. Whoa, that flipped out right away. Knight of Pentacles. So this is the third night. And I didn't even ask. You're definitely hardworking. You need to get into like a more routine. And then the Queen of Pentacles. So Knight of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. So your money's good. You're good in terms of money. You're doing good, but I feel this is a more emotional situation that you're dealing with, that you're not wanting to, or that you haven't been wanting to look at. That you're emotionally not satisfied, right? And you want to feel love. You want to you want to like celebrate. You want to have this good energy, but because all the knights are there with the good positive energy, but there's something lacking. What is this Six of Swords here for? Mirror. I wanted to pop out. King of Pentacles. So we have the King and Queen of Pentacles here. Why is this King of Pentacles here? Yeah, maybe in a partnership, because we have the Two of Cups, but it's reverse. So maybe in your partnership, you're feeling like with the Ace of Wands reverse, like a lack of energy, a lack of passion, like feeling weighed down by your partnership. Sorry. This week. And maybe you're going to feel it more intensely this week. Maybe it's going to show up more this week. I don't know. So that's what I'm sensing, because it's the Two of Cups, Nine of Cups, Three of Cups. Why is the Ace of Wands here reverse? Queen of Cups. Yeah, you're emotionally not fulfilled, there's the codependency here with the partnership, or like, you're lacking self-care, you're lacking self-love, and you need to start taking better care of yourself. Because if you're not motivated or energetic in your partnership, well, you can be energetic in yourself. Although, if you're in a partnership that's not cutting it, I don't know what to tell you there. Why is this Three of Cups reverse? Ace of Pentacles. Maybe you're dependent on this partnership, or there's some sort of like codependency. Yeah, because this Ace of Pentacles is like a new opportunity, or like a new thing coming in. And if it's not about a partnership, maybe you can relate this to work, you know. Maybe you're not happy at work and you're, you know, like you're trying to get more opportunity. It doesn't have to be about a partnership, but to some, it, you know, make it work. I mean, don't make it work, but take it where it resonates. But maybe it is about work too, you know, like where you want a new opportunity, and a new opportunity is coming in, and you have opportunities to be like creative and abundant. I think how you get your abundance will be by creating, being a creative spirit and being happy in yourself, and, you know, self-love and self-worth type of energy. Because you do, I asked why is the Three of Cups reverse, and I got the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Wands reverse. So yeah, I think there's just like, you're playing small, you're not shining your light, you know, maybe your situation is lackluster, you know, but focus on you and your own energy and how you can energize yourself and make yourself happy, you know. Why is the Three of Wands reversed? Wait, what? Why is the three? Thank you. Yeah, you got the Five of Pentacles reversed, and it's like, you know, these two people are miserable, and it's cold outside and all of that, and like they don't need to be, right? They don't need to be. There's shelter inside. There's like shelter, there's light inside, there's warmth inside, and all they need to do is just go through the door, or the church door, or wherever that, usually with stained glass window is a door, but I mean is a church. So they don't need to suffer, and you don't need to suffer, right? So why is this Ace of Swords reverse? Yeah, maybe you've been, you know, maybe it's time, instead of you avoiding yourself, the workplace that doesn't make you happy, the partnership that doesn't make you happy, instead of avoiding the conflict, is like facing it head on, and yes, respecting other people's differences and stuff like that. But, you know, also setting a boundary for yourself. Why is the Five of Wands reversed? Yeah, you got the Hermit upright. How interesting. These are like kind of the same vibe. Soul searching, right? The Hermit is contemplative. He looks inside. He looks at himself. He's seeking. He's truth seeking. He's independent. He's seeking his inner guidance. He meditates. He's, you know, about raising his consciousness, right? Because he has the star in the little cage there, lighting his way. Interesting. Yeah, whether this is about yourself, your relationship, or, you know, partnership or work, this week it's time to like look in the mirror for sure and see how you can start making changes to, you know, get yourself happy. Not that you're like miserable or anything, but, you know, definitely. Yeah, even my energy kind of like went down, you know, contemplative, like, I don't know. What is a message for Pisces? Thank you. Compromise. Interesting, right? Compromise can be one of those things that it's a double-edged sword, right? Yes, we need a compromise. Yes, we need to, you know, balance, do a balancing thing in relationships, work, blah, 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 whatever, in any aspect of our lives, right? But when we compromise ourselves too much, then it's a problem. When we compromise ourselves, you know, and we're always like, oh, so the other person is happy, you know, then it's a problem. So compromise can kind of be questionable. Are you compromising too much? Are you compromising not enough? Are you compromising, or maybe you need to compromise to make yourself happy? That's going to be different for everybody, right? I'm going to pull the wisdom of the oracle cards. I'm going to pull these two that flew out here. Yeah, so listen, I mean, this kind of reminds me of the compromise. Flexible, right? Being flexible, but it's reverse. It's like, yeah, we need to be flexible enough, but like, when are we too flexible? Like when it's like hurts us, when it hurts our happiness, when it hurts our inner soul, our inner being, you know, like when we compromise ourselves and we're so flexible that like we're not even setting boundaries for ourselves, you know, like a high standard for ourselves. So, and then this like a deep knowing, you know what needs to change or what's going to make you happy, but maybe you just haven't been wanting to look at it because you're trying to, you know, be in this compromising energy. So again, compromise can be good, but it also can be bad. Yeah. Be careful with that, you know, Pisces. You don't want to compromise at your own I don't even know what I just said. Anyhow, sorry. I get into it. All right, so the mirror, the reflection, the illusion, the looking glass. It says we look into mirrors every day without recognizing them as portals into another realm. They can shatter, they can flatter, distort, reflect, and project an image back to us that we deem to be true. The energy of the mirror is all about self-perception. When the archetype of the mirror appears, we are in the mythic land of Narcissus, who saw himself reflected in the pool and fell in love with his own image. So compelled by his reflection, he could not turn away, a fixation that eventually led to his death. Recognize the power and danger of the mirror. It is a construct, exactly. One that may drive a shard between you and your true self, exactly. The mirror contains trickster energy. Put the phone down, stop with the comparisons, and let the mirror stand empty for a while. Rest with the one side. So yeah, it's just like taking a look at ourselves and, you know, beyond like the physical, you know, of what we see, and taking more of this kind of approach of a deeper knowing of who we are. We don't need to do anything or be anything or strive for anything. I mean, it's obviously good to have goals and stuff, but to be worthy of love, care, compassion, any of that, right? So I hope that was helpful, Pisces. I love you guys so much. I'll see you for the next one. Peace.